Well, hello there. Happy birthday to you if your birthday is on March 6th. You are known as the romantic visionary. So happy birthday to you. You share a birthday with a truly artistic and compassionate crowd. You're a Pisces, but not just any Pisces. You're a March 6th Pisces, known in many circles as the day of the beauty lover. So, for your personality traits, if you're born under the ruling number 6, you're also born under Venus and you possess an almost magnetic charm. You're a true dreamer, a natural creative, and likely the most empathic person in your friend group. You see the world through a lens of possibilities, and your imagination is your superpower. So while you're gentle, don't let anyone mistake your kindness for weakness. You have a deep and quiet strength. Let's see some interesting facts about you, maybe some new fascinating facts that you might not have ever thought of. Your vibe, you're drawn to beauty, art, and music, often acting as a muse for others. And Michelangelo, one of the greatest artists of all time, was born on this day in 1475. So you share a day with basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal. I love him. Director Robert Reiner. And author Gabriel Garcia Marquez. For your symbol, in Tarot, March 6th is often aligned with the Lover's card, representing a deep connection, choices, aligning your actions with your heart. You love very, very deeply. For your predictions and some of your advice for your year ahead, the stars are pushing you to turn your dreams into reality. You tend to fall into a fantasy world, but this year is about anchoring that creativity into something tangible. I have a Pisces seventh house, so I feel you. For your career, trust your instincts. A creative, maybe hidden talent that you've been brushing off is ready to take center stage. So, yeah, Three of Pentacles. So it's ready to take center stage. For your love life, you need deep emotional connection, and that need is strong this year. So don't settle for superficiality. You need a partner who understands your soul. If you're in a committed relationship, you'll have deeper understandings through conversations. So the takeaway is wow, take care of your energy because you are so empathetic. Somebody's going on a trip, a significant trip. Somebody is going to New Jersey. Okay. Remember to set boundaries. Your kindness is a gift, but it's not for everyone. So, to all the March 6 babies, keep creating, keep dreaming, and keep loving that beautiful romantic life of yours. You're going to have an absolutely magical birthday. Just know that. So, your key themes are that you're a Pisces. You know that. Your ruling number is 6. That's Venus. And your tarot associations are the Lover's card, choice, connection, values, and some of your key traits are your creativity, you're empathic, you're romantic and sensuous, and you are intuitive. So focus on balancing your dreams with reality. All right, let's see. You know, I'm not going to touch that curiosity over there because that's really going to. I'll save that for some omens and objects, perhaps, maybe something that I'll channel for you today, Pisces. All right, let's see. Holy Spirit, holy angels. So it seems to me, my friend, that you have avoided some kind of a disaster. But the tower in reverse means that it still could fall. And maybe you are in the early stages of taking something down, taking it apart, reconstructing something, saying you've had enough of this instability, regardless of what kind of instability that is in your life. It doesn't have to be an actual house or structure, but very likely it's just your whole way of life that you're deciding you don't like it. And remember, if something else around you is what initiates the tower to become unstable, the instability was always there. So let's just say you're at a job and suddenly there's some restructuring, right? Tower, reversed specifically. Let's just say that there's a regime change and somebody could have a relative in the military, seems to be like a relative. But let's say that changes, some kind of a regime change, and, could even be like a company buyout. I almost said takeover. And you don't like what's going on. And you're like, wow, I loved my job. I love the way things were. And this is happening. Just know it's happening for a good reason. It's for your growth in one way or another, that you will benefit if you harness the energy that's taking place. Don't ever resist the tower card. I know it looks scary, but I particularly like the tower card because it helps do some of that work for me in my potential for overthinking. Maybe you overthink, and that I may be trying to find some way to challenge it or to reverse it, which is never good. So I go back to challenging and realize no matter what, it has to fall. All right, let's see. And for my own good and my own growth, and you may feel that way too. So sometimes I should add this, Pisces. Sometimes you know exactly when to initiate that tower. You know when to say, you know what, I have a feeling this isn't right. And you do something about it. So, what's the challenge to the instability of that tower for you? The challenge is inertia, because the Four of Swords is a card that talks about rest, about not doing anything or saying anything. So, there could be an area of your life where you quite literally feel challenged to either get up and do something or say something, taking action with your words and your opinion, or you're being challenged. The tower could be trying to push you down so that you don't get up and don't say anything. And you know what I'm going to tell you, right? If you want to say it, say it. Right? What's the foundation here? There's no sense in keeping your opinions pushed down so far that the tower reverse is like a freaking cork. You know what I mean? Because what's going to blow? You. Eventually, it'll be like a bottle of champagne. That means for me, if I said champagne, there could be a celebration, not just your birthday, obviously, but a significant event or milestone. Okay, I'm going to say it. Somebody could be planning a surprise birthday party for some of you. I don't know how I feel about those. I mean, okay, so in the past, I used to think that that was a terrible idea because you never know if somebody's ready or dressed or how they feel. But that's my Virgo rising nature and overthinking and analyzing everything. But just know that be careful if there's a bottle of champagne that's going to be open near you, back away from it. You're healing. I just wanted to show you that from some kind of heartbreak. And that Four of Swords as a challenge lets me know you could be having difficulty expressing your thoughts about the situation, or someone didn't let you speak. Someone didn't let you do. For some of you, you could have been in a situation where, like, a divorce or a breakup in a relationship came out of the blue. Tower. You weren't allowed to speak or take any action. Some of you may have been literally put out of a house or evicted, from a cohabitation arrangement, and it gave you very little time to act or react. And that just added insult to injury, didn't it? I'm sorry, but you'll get over that. That's part of the beauty of the tower. It's going to bring everything back down to base. Somebody's on a base. There's definitely something about a base here, but we want ground zero. Somebody could be associated with 9/11 or have a significant family member or relation. Somebody, it could be a friend, that was involved in that unfortunate situation. And we rebuilt. We rebuilt. Somebody could really admire Hillary Clinton rebuilding efforts for New York. Very highly significant here. Definitely Hillary Clinton. Somebody's name could be Hillary. Yeah, look at this. Seven of Swords. Somebody was very sneaky. And remember, this would have been the position had I taken that Three of Swords in reverse. That would have been here in the foundation here. And I did say 9/11 and foundations. All right, it's potential that there are some of you that have had some extensive renovations on a home, and those renovations were flawed. There was something not quite right. Somebody didn't investigate the credentials of the people or the team or the person involved in this. And, sometimes that happens, and you've had to bring it back down to ground zero. So that Seven of Swords is talking about somebody very sneaky. Somebody did something behind your back. Doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be back to the job situation, or the whole thing was sneaky. And, that's deception. So somebody could have been lying. Somebody could have been lying in wait Four of Swords as a challenge, Tower, Seven of Swords, to do something to you. For the fading influence, we have the Three of Wands in reverse. So it limited your ability to see the near future or to take action that would have been the next successive step or the next logical action. You couldn't make a move because of what was happening right here. You know, swords are documents, documentation, as well as speech and thought and feeling and the actions that you take regarding the same. So somebody did something, suffice it to say, that hampered you. The Hamptons are significant. Hampton Inn could be significant. Maybe you had to rest at a hotel because you were put out of a situation or because of something involving the home or the lack of a home. Something there, you have had to take refuge at a hotel. Could even be with the Tower in reverse as shelter. This could be happening to you or did happen or could be happening to somebody significant around you. Somebody, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda, help me, Rhonda. Rhonda, okay? I've also got the name Harris. Julissa. See if I get anything else. Something about a lemon tree. I've got Sienna, Aline, or Elaine. It's either Elaine, Aline. And Aline is spelled Alain. There could be something about towing the line. Or Elaine, but Elaine not spelled Elaine. That's how you spell Elaine. There's something wrong with the spelling of the name, or a name is spelled wrong. Or I guess it could be a document where the name is spelled wrong, but this would be Aline or Elaine. Elaine spelled differently. There's something wrong. Boy, there's something wrong with Elaine. Somebody should check on Elaine, especially Elaine Ghislaine Maxwell. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to stop that right there because this is your birthday and we're not going to go into criminal minds. Okay, so there could be an Elaine in your life. Elaine spelled wrong. Could be Elaine spelled like Ghislaine. So if there's a Ghislaine that somebody's from Quebec, somebody's from Montreal, somebody's from Canada, Quebec. Let's see. I spent some time there. It's beautiful. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So definitely something about the work that's been put in, something about the job or the work or the daily grind. Seven. Something about this situation is significant because the next card is Seven of Wands in reverse. Definitely something here, some instability. I'm going to speak on the job thing. So as it relates to the work or the career in some way where somebody has put in a lot of work and the instability is here for whatever reason. Something sneaky happened. Somebody limited your potential or your potentials were limited. Your next steps, your next move for some of you. This is a promotion or a raise. It could even be a raise with the Seven of Pentacles. That didn't come in, doesn't come in, isn't coming in, and you're making a decision. For those of you that haven't made the decision, you're like, you know what? That's quite enough. Always remember to protect yourself. Protest? Okay, hang on. Okay, there's somebody who is protesting this. That's the Four of Swords challenge. 777 is significant. Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Look up angel number 777. This could be related to a casino or gambling. There's something wrong with the casino or the gambling. There's wow, damn, hang on. Holy shit. All right, I'm going to set that there, but let me continue this. That's a Six of Pentacles in reverse. This has happened in the past, or this is about somebody in your past, but angel number 777, something about gambling, something about being lucky. You were lucky, and somebody did something to you. Tower, Four of Swords, Seven of Swords, Three of Wands. Okay, so let me speak on the structure. Whatever this is, if you've decided to stop and halt all the work, halt. Who goes there? Some of you could identify with having had somebody prowling, a predator of some kind, or predators, saboteur. Somebody's French. Okay, so I've got somebody listening to me. There is somebody French here, or you're associated with somebody French. Somebody knows French. Somebody speaks French. Somebody's name could be French, but I'm really getting a lot of language in my mind. Okay, so something about the casino, the structure. Somebody could be staying at a casino or spending too much time literally saying, well, this is where I have my fun. Well, sure, for a moment, but we also don't live at Disneyland, do we? King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so there could be an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, could be a male. It should be a male. Something. He's a she, she's a he, he's a she. Mrs. Doubtfire. There could be some of you that doubt that that fire was not set intentionally. All right, just be careful. Electrical fires would be the thing that comes immediately to mind, and where I am here in the United States, and where it would be for my hemisphere, and those of you in my hemisphere. My hemisphere, it was somebody's hemisphere. Somebody spent time at the Sphere, Las Vegas, so we're in Nevada. That would make sense. Nevada, casinos, something there about Ghislaine or Aline or Elaine. Somebody, I almost got it. Hang on. I have to try to listen to that. Somebody wasn't listening or you weren't able to speak. Somebody wasn't telling the truth anyway, even if they would have spoken to you about this. Now I'm feeling the relationship thing because of the Six of Cups in reverse. All right, so let me move into that. Move into that. Somebody moved into that and they're having to move out of that. Yeah. Pentacles are years, something about years, or something is a year. Something is a year old. Somebody has a year old. Something isn't a year old because I don't have a 12. I only have a 7 in Pentacles. I would be looking for... I need more Pentacles. Somebody doesn't have enough money to do what they need to do here. Let's continue to see. Want to move this along. Somebody wants to move something along. Somebody's kind of like, yeah. Here's the tower. Sign the paper. Okay, for some of you, this could be a separation agreement, or some of you are in a relationship and you're separating. It's not always sunshine and roses. All right. Somebody's not somebody's sunshine. Maybe you've decided that somebody's not your sunshine, or you recognize that the sun isn't shining on you if you remain in some kind of place of darkness, like a cave, a cavern. C. Somebody's name is CC or the casino. All right, let's see if this doesn't have anything to do with the casino. Again, we're with C. CCs. Four of Swords. Somebody could have had a sudden health issue where they needed to spend some time, rest, hotel, hospital. Mufasa. You've had somebody that would be like the character Scar from The Lion King. You could be dealing with the Leo. Mufasa. And there were hyenas involved. So you could have had 3 people, 3 of Wands in reverse, who actually blocked your forward movement, your progress. Somebody said something stupid. These hyenas are bitches. Sorry. Happy birthday. You know I'm going to do that. You know I'm going to say it. All right. Winchester Cathedral. Somebody is Catholic. Somebody's Lutheran or Protestant. Okay, let's see. Well, I'm dancing as fast as I can. That's the story. Somebody didn't like you dancing as fast as you can, or maybe the fact that people didn't like is because you were fast, or maybe you work in food service or in hotels or hospital, because maybe you work in a casino. Maybe you were faster than everybody else. Maybe you're a card dealer. Somebody's a tarot reader. All right, let's continue. 6 of Cups in reverse. So something from the past is happening here. Somebody doesn't want something from the past. Somebody doesn't have good memories of the past anyway, so why would you want them? And you know what? There's very few already here in terms of cups. The cups are in reverse, and it's a 6. Is somebody from the past? I hope somebody isn't sick. Six of cup, the 6. Somebody could be sick. You could have had to make a lot of changes because you were suddenly communicated with somebody significant. Could be a sibling. Could be a lateral level kind of relative with the 6 of Cups in reverse, or it could be somebody that I used to know. Okay, so somebody's name could be Kim, Kimbra, Kimmy, Kimberly. Kimberly, Idaho is significant. I'm sure there's lots of other. That's the only Kimberly I know as a state. An estate. Somebody's passed away. Somebody's name is Martin. All right, let's... Martin. Somebody talks like that. They don't pronounce the T. I actually am never sure if that's a speech impediment. I doubt it. Consult a speech pathologist. You could be a speech pathologist, speech pathology, speech therapy could be significant. Somebody doesn't pronounce the T. They don't say Martin, they say Martin. Trying to see what that is. What is that? Okay, all right. One in the hand is better than something in a bush. Somebody's name is Bush, somebody's name is Brenda. All right, let's see. Bud says hi. Okay. Bud says hi. Somebody's name is Brenda or Bud. Brenda doesn't say hi, but Bud does. Okay, hi, Bud. All right. Six of Cups in reverse. Somebody from your past. There we have the other six. So now we have what surrounds this influence from somebody from the past. Maybe somebody you don't have the best memories with. We have the Six of Swords moving away, going away. The water, the waterway, the river. Somebody's on the river, somebody's on the water, somebody's in a boat. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Remember that weird song? It was only hilarious as far as it was creative and interesting. All right, let's see. But I love creativity, so I'm going to applaud every. Somebody does it for the applause, applause, applause. Lady Gaga is significant. Bad romance is significant. Somebody was in a bad romance. Look, sometimes it happens and people are toxic. Don't you know that I'm toxic? Britney Spears is significant. Spears, or the name Spears or Spires. Spires. Somebody got married and maybe they don't know if that was a good idea. Maybe it was at the time. I mean, that happens too, right? You live and learn. It's okay. We grow and we develop. Six of Cups to the Six of Swords. So here, moving away from something, there could be a big ass river. Colorado River could be significant. The Rio Grande could be significant. There isn't enough water in something here. Something about the water flow, the watershed. There's no watershed moment here. You already knew. Somebody that I used to know. This is about somebody that you used to know. They're somebody that you used to know. I'm somebody that you used to know. Okay, look, Kimbra. Kimberly. All right. What are you saying, Holy Spirit? Hang on. Somebody could have emphysema, or somebody had emphysema, or somehow that's what led here to the Four of Swords. Some of you, it could be emphysema, water, 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 water on the lungs. Okay, let's see. So somebody could have, I'm sorry for your loss if you did have this, because we do have loss and we have this kind of regret. We move past it. Somebody could have had congestive heart failure, water building up in the lungs there, but seems to be it was because of the emphysema. Rolling. So somebody's like rolling their own. Okay, pass that thing to the left. Cannabis could be significant, or treatments involving cannabis. Some of you could be using medicinal cannabis. Or look, some people with at work, people are bitches, and snitches get stitches is the other thing I'm supposed to tell you. Somebody said something here that affected this job or this situation. It doesn't look like I don't see a whole lot of love here, and whatever it is, there's no love lost. We lost no love. I'm not talking about the passing or whatever that. I've got somebody dead right here with me. Sorry, hang on. Emphysema is significant because I smell cigarettes. It's tobacco, rolling tobacco. I don't have a cigar. I don't have a cigar. I have cigars. I don't have. You don't have a cigar. It wasn't cigars. It was cigarettes. You don't inhale cigars anyway. You kind of like that. All right. What's with that big ass river? Somebody's crossing the Great Divide. For some of you, this could be quite wide. Quite wide. Okay, so somebody could be traveling overseas or did go overseas or, went from the mainland to the island. Okay, so, or from the island to the mainland. River Thames could be significant. Temperature in the river is significant. All right, let's see. What is the river's too cold? I mean, you hope so. Because rivers, you want to have movement. There's movement here. Somebody has moved forward from something. This is going to turn into a whole. I was going to say whole ass channeling. Somebody must have a whole ass, or is a whole ass, or has a really nice ass. I'm not sure. Let's see. Maybe you got a nice booty. Booty, pirates, booty. Somebody's a freaking pirate. Okay, we got the ship. I never know how this is going to go. Do we know where we're going? Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are we going to? Do you know? Somebody doesn't know. You don't have to know everything, Pisces, sweetheart. You're a visionary. Choice, connection, values. Yeah, it's your tarot association with the lovers. Creative, empathetic, romantic, sensuous, and intuitive. So balance dreams with reality. One foot on the ground always. Always. I'm hearing, and, I will always love you. Somebody will always love you. Somebody's passed on. I don't know. I think I have. Okay, I'm not sure if I have bud. Okay, cannabis. I don't know. This could be bud and cannabis or cannabis and bud. I'm not sure. Will always love you. Okay, so somebody really loves you. This is somebody passed on. I'm getting a message for you from somebody who's passed on. I don't know somebody's name or your Sienna. Okay, so Marky. All right, Marky. Somebody has a child named Mark. They call Marky. Somebody's name is Marky. Captain Merrill Stubing. All right, and you're an alien. So if you're an alien, so am I. Okay. House of the Rising Sun. What? All right. Take this job and shove it. That's what that is. Somebody's about to take a job and tell somebody to fucking shove it because, like, you've had enough. Now, don't do that exactly. Do it if you need to. In fact, do whatever you feel. Look who's at the bottom of the deck again. Somebody's going to say something, do something here. This is somebody who could be remember, if this is an air sign association and you're sure, others aren't going to be sure, but this is showing up as communication. This is also the surgeon. This is a doctor. So these are needles to me. Somebody could be a diabetic. We've got the King of Swords appearing again. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody may need to go to the doctor. Maybe somebody wasn't going to the doctor, and that's how they ended up Four of Swordsing. Ford escort. Okay, well, let's not go into the escorts because I did say Elaine. Maxwell. All right, somebody's name could be Jeffrey. I know Karen and Susan are probably really struggling, but now some attention's going to go to, nobody's going to ever name a child Ghislaine again, or Maxwell is going to be very difficult. Nobody wants to use that. Jeffries, unite in strength, solidarity, because nobody's going to name their child Jeffrey ever again. Somebody's name could be Epstein. Anagrams are significant. Somebody's name could be Anna Banana. Okay, I don't know what that is. Somebody's from Mexico. We got a whole lot of guava. I can't do it again. Was it yesterday's birthday? Guadalajara. I'm Cuban, but and I'm saying exactly what I said for that reading. I'm Cuban. I could say words. Somebody wasn't born here, but they were raised here. I was born in LA, so I don't know what to say. My Spanish isn't that great. I can communicate. I can do all the things I need to do. But if I could go, no, I can't. Okay, because Cubans, even when they're going like that, or somebody thinks that, they're not. We're kind of like, coño su madre. Something about somebody's mother, coño. Re coño. Somebody rolling their R's. There goes the speech pathology or the speech diagnosis, the speech therapist. Somebody's a freaking therapist. All right, good for you. Okay. All right, let's move along here. Somebody's moving along. All right, let's see. All right, Six of Swords. And what is the challenge? What's the hope or fear here? Wow, damn. Okay, well, that makes sense. Because it was like, well, I was happy, but I wasn't really as happy as I could be. Or the challenge for me was in the sphere that I wouldn't appear happy. There we go with the sphere again. So Vegas. All right. We've got the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's move a little bit faster here. Somebody needs to move faster. All right, move faster. Move faster. Somebody did a fast move. Somebody crossed that river pretty damn fast. Somebody has a speedboat on the water. Okay, let's see. Like a bridge over trouble. Nope. All right, let's see. Rosa. Fiddler on the roof. Somebody plays the fiddle. Somebody's a musician. 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 Magician. Somebody's a freaking magician. All right. Again, somebody could be, ooh, yeah, still trying to heal from this. All right. Let's see. Somebody never got over you. You didn't get over somebody, honey. You know, no matter what happens, even when, look, both parties could make mistakes in a relationship. We see how people that are very young, that's why we want to group them together. Maybe somebody was in a relationship that it was inappropriate for age, you know, because it, you know, something could, you know, Disneyland, a roller coaster could be fun for about 10 minutes. And then some people vomit. All right. Something about going fast. I drive a fast car. Okay. So somebody's in cars, somebody's in a car, something about the Ford, a Ford truck, somebody's in a fast car. Well, a Ford isn't fast. And I'm talking about age disparity. Somebody could have an old ass fucking Ford. I drive your truck. Okay, so somebody's country western. I don't like country western personally. It doesn't do it for me. Let's see. It didn't do it for somebody. Somebody didn't do it. Somebody's a redneck. So am I. Okay. Let's see. By choice. Okay, that was a free will choice when I elected this. Okay, somebody had to clear the land. Let's clear this up. Somebody has to reduce it. 9/11 is significant. Clear the land. We have the Knight. Now, all three came out for the summary, so you know I'm going to take them. We've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. So somebody was paused from or could not take some overly aggressive action toward you. Somebody said some words, shouldn't have said the words, said the words. You know what I mean? Sometimes people suck. It's just going to happen. Back to the age, if something was age inappropriate for age. Some people don't know how to raise children and they expose them to all kinds of things that they shouldn't. But what can we do? We can't, you know, we can't do anything about what other people are doing with their children. We could only report somebody reported somebody for doing something that they shouldn't have or exposing a child to. You know, some people shouldn't fucking be parents. I mean, what can we do? And the world keeps on turning, you know. And we have the Nine of Swords. So somebody wishes they would have said something or fought harder for you if this is a romantic situation, vice versa, you know. We have the Two of Pentacles because somebody should have tried to do more. Maybe there was some difficulty juggling a job, juggling the relationship, whatever it was, there was a breakdown here. And the breakdown could have really been about communication. Okay, some difference in ages has something to do with somebody something. Okay, that sounds ridiculous. Somebody talks like that. Somebody something is somewhere. Okay, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Somebody's name could be Sherlock. Okay, I'm not sure. Somebody's name is Holmes. Somebody's a homebody. It's okay. All right, that's where we do our best work. Somebody works from home. Somebody wants to work from home. Somebody's going to work from home. Somebody's going to do this. All right. Somebody else didn't do something. They didn't fight for you. If this is a romantic situation, all right, let's move it along. Get along, little doggy. Somebody's got a little doggy. Somebody's got a rabbit or is a rabbit, Volkswagen rabbit, rabbit, run. Rabbit, run. 1984 is significant. Skimming. Okay, so somebody could have been at a job or it wasn't you. But somebody was skimming at the job. Like that's why there wasn't enough money. Somebody was stealing money from the business with the job. Maybe you work at Ford. Maybe you work with cars. I drive a fast car. Okay. You got a ticket to anywhere. You got a ticket to ride. Somebody rides a motorcycle. Yeah. Somebody rides a motorcycle. Somebody rides a motorcycle. Yeah. Okay. So there's some kind of fucking celebration here. Sorry. I don't know. Somebody talks the way I do. All right. Uses the F word liberally. Somebody's a liberal. Somebody's quite liberal. Somebody is just accepting of other people. We have potential for too much indulgence, but we do have a wedding shower, a baby shower, a bridal shower. Maybe there was some kind of a wedding party. There's the party. You're the party. There's a party. All right. What happened to the party? It was expensive. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody worked really hard on something. I'm not sure where we're at in this story, so this could be separate because the 7 to the 8. So, all right, somebody worked really hard. Or the challenge was it was too much work. Maybe there was a relationship that had, oh, not a good idea. Okay. You know, somebody could have been putting too much work into a relationship that was age appropriate, or there was too much of a, you know, that river is wide. There was a great divide. You know, there was like the age difference, the disparity. Somebody's name could be Despain. Somebody's name, somebody was a rarity. Somebody met somebody very rare, exceedingly rare. Somebody was exceedingly rare. All right. Or the situation was exceedingly rare, like this will never happen to you again. Strength card. Somebody's had to be very strong. Strength card 8, 8 of Pentacles, 88. Something about 88, the age 88, 1988 could be significant. Anyway, I drive a fast car. I also ride a motorcycle. You could have been dealing with somebody who drives a fast car. Little red Corvette. Okay, so little red Corvette. I'm on the money. Somebody's on the money. There was a beginning here. The money was there. Okay, so I could be talking about the job. I'm not sure. This could be a relationship where somebody was with somebody much younger and they were skimming off the business or giving it to their friends and family there with the Three of Cups in the upright. Damn, that sucks. Okay, did somebody steal your bike? All right, I'm not sure. Maybe you had to sell your bike because of this bullshit. Somebody sold their bike. I don't know if it's a bike or if it's a motorbike, but I drive a fast car. Probably had a motor in it. Okay, so fading influence. Yeah. So there was manipulation here, and it could have been on the part of a water sign. This is a King of Cups in reverse Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Doesn't have to be you, because if this is you, you're like, fuck this. This is shit. Okay, but really, this is somebody that was manipulative. This wasn't you. You know, because if it was you or you're the if you're the cross watcher, shut up. All right? You don't have to like it. Cross watcher. Somebody's name is Megan. All right. The bell jar. I don't know what that means. Something's like a bell, something shaped like a bell, or it's a jar shaped like a bell, the bell jar. I'm not sure. If I get anything else, I'll let you know. Almost giggity giggity. I couldn't say it. No, I don't have Tourette's, okay? Channeling is, I could be talking to somebody else. It's like, Rita, I know because I do what you do too. You're a tarot reader. I'm a tarot reader. Somebody's watching the tarot reader, which is, you know, just a little joke. The pun was intended because I'm obviously reading the tarot cards. Okay, so let's go. Let's go, let's go. Prince, Little Red Corvette. Okay, let's see. Somebody likes Prince. Purple Rain, Purple Rain. Okay, so we've got the strength card. There we go. So we've got 888. Look up angel number 777. And also 888 is going to be significant for you. Okay, this is for you. For you. I did it for you. And we did it for the glory of love. Somebody was lying to you about a love situation. Somebody was a fucking manipulator. Okay, somebody was a liar, manipulator. The meniscus. Okay, be careful with your legs. Somebody could have had an injury to the meniscus. It could have happened with a motorcycle accident. It could have happened with a car accident, or the little red Corvette was in an accident. There's a color of title. The color of title, something about the property or the title. Somebody lost the title, got the new title, Little Red Corvette. Okay, so we've got the Five of Cups. Somebody, and we saw that twice. Somebody could be 55. Somebody, 55. Okay, 55, 55, 55, 1955. Oh, okay, I've got 2 6s. 55, 2 6s. 66 is significant. 2 6s. 62, 62, 62. Somebody's either 62 or was born in 1962. Yep. There was some kind of an illusion about a relationship. I mean, we all hope for the best. Nobody goes into a relationship hoping it's going to fail. But some people go into relationships, you know, in order to fail the business. Okay. Where am I at? Okay. So somebody was trying to make a business fail, or because of this relationship and a marriage, a business failed. Maybe you got out of Dodge or the Dodge or gave the Dodge away and kept the Corvette. Fuck. Okay. I drive a fast car. I drive a fast car. Okay, so you're driving the fast car. Maybe you have the Corvette and you gave them the motorcycle. Okay, everybody's moving real fast. Maybe you had to sell the boat to make it float. Maybe to keep a business afloat, you had to sell a boat. Wow. Okay, let's see. Who are you? No, you're like, Rita, who are you? I don't know, honey. I'm just me. I can only be me. I can't be anybody else. Somebody wanted you to be somebody else, or you were trying to make somebody else be who you wanted them to be. And we have the high priestess. So you're talking to me. We've got the high priestess. So your intuition lets you know that something was off, and perhaps at the time you didn't know how to see through this with clarity. Somebody's name could be Clarity. The initial J is significant, and we've got the 2. There's the other 2, 62, 1962, 6662. Both of you were born in 62, something about 26 or 62. Age disparity, that's a big-ass river. The Great Divide. The Wall of China? I mean, somebody built walls, somebody's Chinese. China. China. Somebody's a Trump supporter. China. Somebody has problems with... I'm not going to say it. You already know what I was going to say. And I don't know if it's you. Maybe somebody else had issues in the nether region. So, because somebody's from the Netherlands, temperance. Okay, so somebody here, you could be a Sagittarius, they could be a Sagittarius, there could have been an issue with Sagittarius. Okay, fire energy. Somebody could have been Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Two of Wands. A decision needed to be made, and somebody did. Somebody has a beautiful nose. Somebody has a very long nose, a European nose. Somebody could be of some Slavic descent and they don't even know this. Ancestry.com. And nobody pays me. I don't get paid. I also won't give my DNA away. Somebody tried that. Somebody tried that with you. I don't know. If you don't commit a crime, it doesn't matter. But, law enforcement does use those databases. So if you're connected to a criminal or didn't know it, somebody was a criminal and you didn't know it. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Ace of Swords in reverse. Somebody told lies on you. Something wasn't the truth. Something was false. Something was false. I don't know. Three of Cups. It could have been a false pregnancy. Wasn't your pregnancy. Oh, my God. What the hell? Okay, so Two of Swords, inability. Where was I? That was the outcome. Somebody doesn't know where they're at. Somebody doesn't know where you're at. You don't need to know where I'm at. Okay, so we got the. I feel like I'm in between or listening to like somebody in a family or two old people. Maybe somebody was too old for somebody. The little girl was just too little, too little, too little, too little, too little. Isn't that what life's all about? Oingo boingo. Elfman, Danny Elfman. Somebody's name is Danny. We have the Two of Swords over here. So now coming back to this, unable to make a decision. Page of Swords in reverse, bad mood, probably bad news, and we have the Moon card as a challenge. Okay, there was something here about cycles. The motorcycle. I don't know. I feel more like this is cycles of the moon. Okay, we got something with that Three of Cups, and I said something about a baby. Maybe the baby wasn't somebody's. Maybe somebody wasn't somebody's baby. Maybe the whole thing was about money. I drive a fast car. I'm going to sell the boat and keep this afloat. Okay, somebody tried to. On the work side, somebody was, skimming off the top. Hook in those books. Somebody cooked the books. You could have expected it. You should have expected it. That's what the high priestess said. Okay, let's see. And in the foundation, Nine of Cups. So we have a wish fulfillment, or something was wish fulfillment. Maybe a pregnancy seemed like a wish fulfillment. I don't know. Some people just, raise your kids, be done with it. And, be done with it, do and be done with me. Okay, let's see. Fading influence. Nope. No. Wow. Somebody's saying no. Somebody said, oh my God, no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know. Somebody could be a Filipino. All right. Bun in the oven. Not your bun in the oven. Oh my gosh. Because somebody here was still in love with the Queen of Cups or is thinking about the Queen of Cups. Or you're thinking about the Queen of Cups right now. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this was in the past. Somebody was manipulative. There was a couple at some point. I don't know if this was a conscious couple or if they're consciously uncoupled. But we have two people where this man was manipulative or in a bad mood all the time or something about the mood. And then there was, this Queen of Cups, and she was very sweet, looking into her cup going, oh my gosh, I like the water. Okay, so somebody likes the water. All right, somebody likes the ocean. Somebody likes the river. That's a big ass river. There's a great divide, though. Something divided these two people up. Sometimes time and space just says that. Somebody's out of time and somebody went to outer space. Okay, I'm in outer space. Don't feel bad about it. You're the alien. I'm the alien. Somebody's an alien here. Okay, so for the crowning influence, yeah, because something about the money, because there's bad news or somebody took improper or maybe not, this was imprudent action as it relates to the finances. Uh-huh. Yeah, somebody could have dark hair. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, it was too much of a burden, and somebody's like, oh my God, I'm just getting old to pay for the shitty house while I carry some sticks. All right, pick up the six. Pick up six is significant. Look, I'd rather live in a shack than be struggling to pay for a McMansion. Okay, McMansion, somebody's name could be McDougal. Okay, I'm not sure that will be significant. Or you meet somebody at McDonald's and you're having McDonald's, McDougal. You could be McDonald. Old McDonald had a farm. Okay, I love Lucy. So do you. All right, let's see. Somebody's an actor. All right, we've got, oh, Lord. We've got the Six of Wands. Don't be afraid, I am here with you. Though you're far apart. Okay, we're far apart. You're far apart. They're far apart. We have the six. So there's the third six. So the third and the sixth. And this is the third month and the sixth. Happy birthday. And we've got the Six of Wands. Today's your celebration, no doubt. But this is 666, angel number 666. Look that up. I know that number doesn't make anybody happy, but it's just look it up. Okay. So wow. 666 777 888. Something moved along in chronological order. There's a chronological order about this. Somebody wears a chronograph, or there's something about the chronology. Could be the chromosomes. With the pregnancy, there could have been, I'm sorry, an issue chromosomally, or somebody was too old to, really advancing in age, and so there could have been some genetic mutation. I did say magician or something. I muddled that. Something was muddled. There was something muddled about this. Could have been a disparity in age, or anchor baby, anchor baby, anchor baby. Somebody's either a news anchor or there was an anchor baby. I did say alien, outer space. All right. Don't take offense. I'm just reading fucking cards. Okay. So somebody was an anchor baby or tried to anchor somebody with a baby. All right. It's not your baby, but I'm about to anchor ya. All right. Let's see. I'm about to hold you down. Somebody was much older in a situation here. Okay, or it could have just felt aging, 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 Asian. All right, let's see. Somebody's an older Asian, and aging Asian is significant. Asians, aging, China. Okay, so there was an aging Chinese gentleman. Not the truth. They weren't a gentleman. Boy, that's not good. Okay, so we've got the world in reverse. So we've got the world in reverse, some cycle that is not complete, but with the Six of Wands, that's a halfway point. But there's the same kind of laurel wreath here. Somebody's name is Laurel. Wreath could be significant, but this is also like the ring, the ring, the ring, the ring, the ring, the ring, the ring. Somebody gave somebody the ring. All right, let's see. Let's keep going. Well, you have to, maybe you sell the ring. I don't know. Okay, so we've got the lovers in reverse. I was going to say the six, and it is the six. Again with the six. Look up angel number 6666. You should be writing things down when I talk to you. My clients do. Okay, so now we have the lovers card. Wow, holy shit. Okay, so we've got the lover's card here. So a poor choice was made, okay? And it was an injustice. It could have ended up in the courts, or somebody could be going to the courts, or needed to go to the court, or needed to divorce somebody. This is a card that we're going to use for the summary. And here we go. We're going to put it here, Hangman in reverse. Somebody needed to look at this from a different perspective. I'm going to honor this card. Somebody got sprung, somebody sprung them out. Somebody could have been in the clink, maybe not. Justice card, maybe so. Somebody could have some prison time. Somebody could be a convicted, criminal of some kind. Well, if you did the crime, do the time. We're supposed to forgive that, move on. Okay, so Eight of Swords in reverse. Wow, we've really gone through this. Somebody's really gone through this. There's a lot to go through here. Okay, so somebody sees the error of the situation. It doesn't have to mean that if you factor into this, the factor, oof, somebody could have had some issue here with the factor of a pregnancy that had some issues chromosomally that had to do with Asians, or aging age. The Asian C, for all I know, the Asian with the G. Okay, let's see. Somebody's from the Middle East or somewhere out in those parts. Let's see. The ocean is significant. I like fishing. I like dreaming. Because dreaming can make you mine. Okay, so what's the not going to do it. Somebody's not going to do it. Well, maybe you have to do it, sweetheart, because it looks like you got choices, or you already did it. Let's see. So the challenge here is that maybe there wasn't enough money for this, or somebody could have had difficulty, posting, what do you call that? Bond, like Bond, James Bond. Somebody's name is James or Bond, or they think they're James Bond. I'm not sure. Not enough money to post that thing, start that thing, or something about having to pay child support, or feeling like the only way I'm getting out of this, maybe I sell my bike or my fast car and I pay you off for the 18 years. Now leave me alone. Something about the anchor baby or the anchor man is significant, the movie. Somebody says heaven can wait. Okay, I don't know about that though, because I got this guy over here that's right next to me, breathing down my neck. Get off me, some. Okay, there's somebody breathing down my neck here. I can smell the cigarette smoke. That's okay. All right, that's fine. All right, let's see. What's the foundation here? Color yellow is highly significant. All right. The title. Missing a title? This title card, there's something about a title on a vehicle, or maybe a vehicle was in an accident and it needed to have some kind of like somebody stutters. So maybe the fast car, I got a title, Little Red Corvette. Maybe there's something wrong with the Corvette and the title. Something fucked up with the title here. All right, somebody's name is Robert or Hanson. Somebody's Hanson Roberts, Robert Hanson, Hanson Robert. Somebody could live in Hanson. All right, let's see. Somebody's handsome. All right, okay. All right, again, Sagittarius energy, double Sagittarius, so double fire. 2014 could be significant. Somebody could have a 14-year-old, and that's what this it could be child support here, providing you got to do that. Now, if that wasn't your kid and you did something illegal, well, then you're going to take care of that too. Okay? It's not the children's fault. Let's see. Maybe this was like, maybe somebody said, let's just do a no-fault divorce, okay? And that's it. Because that attorney, I called him an attorney too. Somebody could be a diabetic attorney, or the diabetic needs an attorney. Okay, I'm not sure. King of Swords is an attorney. He's a doctor. He's a surgeon. He's got the needle in his hands. Pen is mightier than the sword. All right, let's see. That's also a therapist or a counselor, psychotherapist. Psychiatry is significant here. Wow, I've been going through this quick. Somebody drives a fast car. Yep. And unfortunately, whatever the situation was, caused somebody to have to basically dismantle or tower, the family, what should have been a family or a dynasty with a baby and a dog and a house and a log and a castle in the hills. Okay, so log cabin. Okay, so a log cabin. Something was logged. It could have been logged about the finances. Somebody was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this to me. It could have been, this is feminine energy that was taking the money, skimming, cooking the books. It was feminine. It was a feminine energy. I'm so hungry right now. Are you hungry right now? It's lunchtime for you, maybe. We have the Empress. Okay, so definitely, something better coming in. Maybe somebody better came in for you. Mother energy. Somebody's mother is highly significant here. Somebody's father is passed on, but the mother is still alive. All right, let's see. Now, this could be a wife and somebody pregnant, but this isn't the pregnancy over here. For some of you, this is going to be that you try it again and you have a pregnancy, because the 10 of Pentacles in reverse is where the child isn't there or can't be there. Oh, damn, there's a big-ass fight. Because we have the 5 of Wands. Now, this could be some creative differences. I don't even believe that. Okay, so the 5 of Wands, we've got some arguing here. Okay, arguing here about a woman, arguing about the Empress, arguing for the Empress, arguing over the Empress. The Empress is in the upright, so she's not doing anything wrong. Do you notice that there's no men here? Where are they? We've only seen, well, we have one King of Cups in reverse. Nobody else. Oh my gosh. Somebody could be involved with a family that has a whole lot of people. This is the dam, a huge family. Something about the dam. Notre Dame. Okay, so let's see. We've got here ghost. Somebody ghosted, and there you go. There was an argument. This happened. We're going to have to do an oracle reading just to know, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where are we going? We got the Page of Cups in reverse, so we don't have some, affectionate, loving news. In fact, the news is, somebody could have said to somebody, you're like, I don't even actually really love you. And if you can't tell by my actions that I was cooking your books or cooking the books or destroyed a whole business and or took your fast car, made you sell your boat and your motorcycle too. You could have been the one saying that you don't love me because you don't put me through this if you love me. Somebody was not a gentleman. I don't care. You could be a redneck and a gentleman at the same time. Don't think that it's exclusive to one or the other. I've met the highest of the high that they were no gentlemen, okay? And we have the Death card. Definitely something over. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it rest, let it rest, let it rest, like you are with the 4 of Swords. Take my advice. It's free. Okay, for the summary, because you're better off alone, sweetheart, and I love you. Because sometimes we're just better off alone. It doesn't mean that you have to be lonely or not have any company at all. It just means that for the majority of the situation here with the successive, and we've got so many pentacles here, it could be that it is time to just, do your own thing. All right, I'm going to do one more pass to see where it goes from here. Interpreting this, for your birthday, but I think I've got like history of the world, Monty Montgomery, Monty Python's Flying Circuses. Something was a damn circus, and you're like, this is not my circus. And those are not my monkeys. There's something here about custody with a bunch of children that are not even this person. And they tried to like overload somebody with all these and say, here, you pay for all of them. Here, you put them through school. 10 of Pentacles, private school is significant. All right, here we go. In reverse, somebody didn't want to pay for private school. People are trying to put food on the table. Okay, yeah, because we've got judgment in reverse. You've called judgment on something and said, this is not good. So while I call judgment, I allow heaven and the holy angels and ancestors, including this guy standing next to me, to help you. All right, this guy, I don't know. He's like, doesn't say a whole lot. He's just kind of standing there going, somebody laughs like that? Well, okay, I'm going to dismiss him right after that. He's not causing me any harm. I mean, this is kind of a facetious individual, but we've got the Fool. You stand there, but you are leaving after this. Okay, so we've got the Fool card. He's not a bad person. Okay, this is just, it's me. It's me. It's about me. It's not about you. He's doing this because it's me. It's not about you. So don't worry about it. I don't have an ancestor like this, but okay, I pick up people along the way. Somebody picked up somebody and probably should have put them down because you're starting over. You said, fuck it. I like the number 20 is significant. 2020 could be significant. 200 is significant. 2010 is significant. 2010 is significant. 2010 is significant. Okay. 2020, 2010. Something about 10 years apart. Okay, the Fool. 0. Ground 0. Yeah, bring it back down. All right, what's the foundation here? How do we move forward with this? Woohoo! We got the bitch herself. We've got Queen of Swords in reverse. Aries. Fuck! I always sorry. I do that. I think I've used up all my f bombs, all my fuck words. I've used them in one read. I'm not monetized. I don't care. So we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So here we have the Queen of Swords, who could be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. And this is a bitch, and she's divorced, and she's being a bitch in a divorce. If you're dealing with her, get rid of her as quickly as possible. Sell the bike, sell the car, sell the thing, keep the business, keep the house. Maintain what you can. Get rid of this. Out, go, buy, and then get. Whoa. Yep, this was a marriage because we've got the King of Swords. Doesn't have to be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Don't get too hooked on phonics. What sounds like phonics? What's phonetic? Phoenicia. Okay, so phonics. Somebody had to speak or do or say something in a language that was phonetic. I often do that. I'll spell things phonetically. If I'm having to speak in a language that is very foreign to me, then I'm going to basically take my notes or do whatever phonetically so that I could. So somebody's hearing to speech, or somebody speaks multi languages. Multiple languages, or somebody picks up languages. But anyway, here the language IT. I'm not sure, but we had a married couple, and this man said, "Bye." Goodbye to you. Okay, the Smiths. Smite. Somebody could be Smythe or Smith. Somebody could be blacksmith. Something about horses. Whoa, gosh, wow. Yeah, because there's going to be a renewal or a new understanding of the psychology of love. Okay, so, or the emotions. Doesn't have to be about love. It could be a fresh new start. You had a business partner. They were skimming off of you. Or you worked somewhere where somebody's skimming off the business. Fucked it all up. You lose the hotel. Okay, I'm not sure what that means because it doesn't have to be a hotel. It could be a hospital, a whole entire hospital. Okay, let's see. Somebody says goodbye to this bitch. I'm going to use the C word. And I don't want to get that involved in that right now. The C word, the initial C could be significant. Okay. The sea, somebody's by the sea. Somebody went to the sea. I love the ocean. I'm from California. So, I grew up 3 miles from the beach and I was lucky enough to be born there. Okay. Let's see. And if you weren't born there, you can go visit anytime you like. Okay. Ha! You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Okay, somebody's definitely from California or a hotel in California or has been to California at a hotel. Okay, it could be that's where you figured out that somebody was doing something weird. That's where you're like, this is weird. Something's weird. Why do we drag your whole family to California? I don't know what that means. Maybe the wedding took place in California. Or maybe somebody took a honeymoon in California. Night at the Opera, significant. The album by Queen. Somebody thought that she was a queen and you thought she was a queen. Somebody thought, it could have been a king. Flip it and switch and reverse it. Missy Elliott, Me Too. Okay, let's see. Me Too movement could be significant. Whoa. Yeah, you were dealing with a female, whether it is a business, a relationship, or whatever it was, a human person. Okay. This is the fire sign that fell out of my mouth. Something fell out of somebody's mouth. Somebody could have given themselves away. This person is extremely nasty. This is somebody that will do, tú me hiciste brujería. Okay, so like somebody did some witchcraft. Okay, somebody did something. Somebody went to Mexico. Somebody went to Mexico to do something, or somebody Mexican did some witchcraft. I don't know. That's what they just told me. Somebody did something weird. Somebody took somebody's picture. Maybe they took the picture of the ancestor. Bud. Okay, I'm not sure. This guy next to me, he says hi. Okay, his name is Bud, Buddy, Bud, 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 Bud. The budget. Okay, I don't know. All right, the budget. Somebody wasn't on a budget. And something, if you flew, you were back down on the ground real fast. Okay, or you didn't even get to go. Get to go. Somebody got. You're gonna get got. Somebody didn't get got. They said, no, I'm pulling that shit back down right now. Okay. Wow. Where do we go from here? Whoa. Because from the external happy family, you're like, I will have my renewal in my happy family, maybe with a King of Swords. Look at the bottom of the deck again. Somebody's like, even if I remarry, I'm not marrying you, bitch, because you're crazy. You're crazy and you do weird shit. You're going to piss in a cup, piss in my food, put menstrual blood in something. Oh my gosh, I wish they wouldn't say this to me. I hope this isn't any. I hope it's not happening to you. And I hope it's not happening to anybody you know. But what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I mean, this is what it is. This is what they're telling me. So remember, take what's yours and leave the rest. You could be like, holy shit, I'm glad my problem was only my job, because look at the crap that some other people are dealing with. That's what you could be saying. You're like, damn, I'm happy I'm in a 10 of cups and this other part of the story is not mine because nobody's putting anything weird in my food. Somebody eats pig feet. I keep, not for me. I don't disrespect anybody's food. You put pig's feet in something in front of me, and I'm going to have a really hard time. I'm probably, if I have to choke it down because I have no choice, or I didn't think I don't think I do, I'm going to go stick my finger down my throat and disinfect. Okay, okay. Somebody's a pig farmer. Something about a farm with pigs. All right, let's see. No, thank you. Oh God, I feel sick. Something's making me sick. Somebody made somebody feel sick. Maybe somebody found out that somebody was putting something in their food. Yeah, okay, and it could have been directed by un santero or I don't know. Like, wait, bruja? Is brujo a word? This is definitely some Mexican stuff going on here. Like, as what I mean is not Mexican stuff. Please forgive me. What I mean is like somebody doing something with a curandero, curandera. I think that's what they call them. We say bruja. That's just witch. Una bruja, una santera, like if they're into santeria, that kind of thing, la regla ocha, the African pantheon, all to the Most High, all glory to Jesus. Okay, but this is some stupid shit. Somebody could have taken a picture of somebody's deceased father. Somebody's deceased father could look like this and did something in Mexico with it, or did something to this person. They could have even done it to you if you think you look like this. There's something with somebody's nose, very aquiline, somebody's got there's something elegant about the nose, something pronounced about the nose. Okay. Let's see. What is that? They did some shit, like I don't like it at all. If I'm your friend and I see this, I'm going to kick her ass with you. Okay. We're just like gonna, hypothetically, it's not a real situation. This is for entertainment purposes only, right? We're just having a little fun because it's your birthday. All right. Yeah. Look at somebody's like, yeah, my fear was that you were going to do this to me, that this whole thing wasn't a new beginning, that it wasn't good. Wait, am I at the outcome? Yes, I am. I think 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 I can. I think I can. Yeah, you got to just be the little engine that could. Okay, Thomas the Train. Somebody's name is Thomas. Okay, but here we have, I could say a few jokes. I'm not going to. But we've got the Ace of Wands. So this was a no-go because somebody else could have been taking the wand from everywhere else and, skimming off the business too. Skeeter? Somebody's name could be Skeeter. Watch out for mosquitoes. Like if you live near a big ass river, it's not as prolific as you think. It's exceedingly rare. West Nile virus. Okay. Somebody's from the west, out west, out west, out west. Somebody's out. Okay. Out. I feel. Get out. That's how I feel. All right, let's see. Woo! Summary. I drove a fast car and I had to sell it. Okay, so somebody had to sell some cars, somebody had to sell some property. This also is the flight that didn't take place because this is my pilot card, and this is also fire department, law enforcement, that kind of thing. And in any case, it's in the reverse, so it didn't happen. It didn't go. Could also mean that there were some corrupt officials involved, like law enforcement. That's pretty rare, but we've seen it happen. Okay, not gonna lie, I've seen it happen myself. So let's see. Let's get 3 cards to wrap this up. Maybe that trip didn't take place. Maybe you're like, I'm never taking a trip with you ever again. We have to take your whole damn family just to go to the coast. Or every time we're going to do something, I got to invite your whole damn family and pay for everybody and pay for everybody. There's something like that going on here too. Somebody was carrying all the weight of the finances on themselves, on their back, all alone. And like, oh no, but we're helping you. No, bitch. You're helping yourself to my coffers. You're helping yourself to my credit cards. You brought in your entire family, like maybe everybody's entire fucking family works at a casino or at a business or at the fast car business. Maybe this is a fast food restaurant. It's like everybody is here and just kind of picking their teeth in the hallway. Pig's feet. Wheel of Fortune. You're taking that wheel. And again, with the car reference, there's something significant about the car. Could be the Dodge, could be the Ford, little red Corvette. Okay, could be about the Corvette or a motorcycle man. Okay, so somebody's a motorcycle man. Wear your helmet. Okay, here we go. Get a cool fucking helmet and put that fucking plastic over it or whatever makes the great design. The great design, the great design. This was all by Great Design. Somebody's into that thing where you like the skins, and I don't know what that is. Yeah, Knight of Wands reverse. Somebody was a player. Taking illegal type of actions too. All right, let's see. Because look at where that King of Swords is sitting. Wheel of Fortune. Everything turns. Everything turns. Yeah. Oh, hell yes. You're in your King of Wands energy. You could be dealing with somebody and or rising sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're like, I'm going to take this. I'm going to beat you down with it. Don't make me. I feel that way too. Like that's how I feel right now. Yeah, don't make me go redneck because, I'm as much of a redneck as anybody else. You don't want to see me. You don't want a Cuban redneck. You don't want a Cuban redneck. We don't give a shit. I'm just going to tell you exactly what I think, and then you're going to deal with it. And if you tell me you don't like it, I'm going to tell you to cram it up your ass. Oh, okay, so I don't know. I'm either you're Cuban, I'm Cuban, I am Cuban, somebody's dealing with somebody who's Cuban or Cuban-like, or a complete redneck. Good for you. Tell people where to stick it. All right? Let's see. Somebody identifies as swamp people. Okay, I don't know too many swamp people. I would like to know swamp people. Loch Ness Monster could be significant. The Loch Ness. All right, here we go. Boy, your birthday readings like this is a lot of fun. It seems like you're handling business. You're taking care of business. Okay, so you're taking care of business. Somebody's a ham radio operator. Ham radio operator. Ham radio. Okay, a ham radio operator. I feel like I have to say it. Sometimes they say that somebody's name is Henry. Henry has to run for his life, or he did run for his life, and something about the Bible and burning love. Somebody could have been so pissed off they burnt their photo album. Wow. Whoa. Okay, whatever. I knew an attorney that burned all of his books, so like when he passed the bar. Okay. And he worked for NASA because of that. And I'm not going to say his name because I dated him, but and because he didn't like the way custody issues worked in his divorce. He raised his own daughters beautifully. I never met the mother, so I really can't say anything about her. But, then he went on to become a legal aid superstar. Superstar. Somebody's a superstar? Okay. Superstar. All right. Anyway, so something is significant about the custody of children that may or may not be your own. Or the father, if it's you and you're the woman and these are your children, and it's kind of like flipped it and switched it. They're not his children. You could have legally changed some documents. It's something about legal documentation. I don't know. The Immigration and Naturalization Services here in the United States could be significant. Green card, green card, green card, green card. I don't know. Red pill, blue pill. Make a decision. You already did? All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, no. Three's company too. Okay, so we've got the pleasure seekers in reverse. That's the Three of Cups, bitches. That could have been a coven of people trying to do something to you, trying to control you by putting something in your food. Some people could have also been making you sick or hoping to make things so that when you died, you were going to leave them everything, including the fast car. Okay, something fucking fast car. I don't know. I just keep hearing this. I'd have a fast car. You could be much older and mellow now. Okay, are you mellow? Mellow yellow. They call it mellow yellow. Okay, so yeah, look, I'm gone fishing. I don't know about you. You give me a chance, I'm jumping on a boat. I'm going over to the West Coast. I'm going to go to Santa Barbara too while I'm at it. They've got great food. Okay, so we've got surprise. Happy birthday. Somebody's like, look, I'm just going to leave me alone. I'm going to the river. Okay, so somebody goes to the river. I'm under the river. I may not even take my boat. I'm not dropping the boat. Maybe I dropped the boat. Maybe I sold the boat. Doesn't matter. I'm going to the river because I can make money, like, teach a man to fish and, Bible passages are significant. Somebody could be like recently transformed or reborn, or having been baptized again, because then that would mean redundantly that somebody was baptized redundantly. You've been baptized a few times, so go get baptized again. Baptize yourself every time you feel like it. Fill up your bathtub, and if you like, say a prayer, and baptize yourself and say, Holy Spirit, holy angels, help me, help me. Somebody needs a little help, not much help. It's just a little help. Okay, everybody needs a little help. I get by with a little help from my friends. Okay, so some of these friends are helping them out here, but not these three amigos. The amigos, los amigos. Coño cojones. ¿Qué cojones tiene? Because to me, it's like these people were very ballsy and very brave, and they thought that you were stupid. Somebody thought somebody was stupid here. Sure. It's better to play stupid. Okay, como mosquita muerta. Okay, like you just play the stupid fly. They think you're dead till it warms up. You come back to life. Surprise. Flies are significant. Lord, monitoring spirits. Look, Elvis has left the building. You are off to a new start in some way. You just left the room. Now, this could also indicate that there is a paternal figure. Somebody has a paternal figure. Could be a grandfather. It doesn't have to be, your father has left the room. And maybe somebody leaves his chair respectfully sitting there and say, well, that's so-and-so's chair. That's Henry's chair. Or that's Ralph's chair. That's Bud's chair. That's Ransom's chair. Okay. Let's get a couple more. Very interesting. And I think you're just off to a brand new start and you've dumped a bunch of people that were fake friends. Maybe those three bitches in the Three of Cups brought in their three brothers or three, like, son mis compadres. Those son mis primos. Those are my cousins. No, fuck you, bitch. They're coming here to take advantage of something that can't support so many people. Something can't support so many people. That's why that tower was unstable. Was everybody moving into everybody's house? And, you got a fire hazard here. Somebody's name could be Hazard. The Dukes of Hazard and the fast car again. I drive a fast car. This is all about the car. Whatever this is the car. The car. You can have a used car business. And these people are doing monkey business. Monkey wrench, monkey wrench, monkey wrench. Somebody's a mechanic. I love mechanics. Okay. I love it because, you're either going to be a doctor or a mechanic. Everybody needs you. Okay. Look. Somebody needs a new pair of glasses. Somebody needs a new pair of glasses. Somebody's up with somebody's vision. Be careful. Be careful with that. King of Swords. Somebody's a diabetic. Something's going on with the vision. You need a new pair of glasses. You need to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, please. All right. The world needs you. We need you. We love you. I love you. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family. All right. Yeah, you'll have your happy family, honey. Yep. You could be older, or this could be about an older person. You're reading a lot of books, studying. We have the scholar, learning something new because the job situation has changed at whatever that business was. And we have malady. Be careful. You are getting better. You could have suffered or experienced some kind of an illness, or the whole thing just made you sick. Okay. And let's get one more here. Yeah. For those of you that are looking for the new baby, there it is. For those of you that felt like, boy, there's just no innocence in the world, yes, it is. There it is. For those of you that are looking for any indication that new things are coming in for you soon, there they are. Already here, honey. I love you. God bless you.